Yeah, Harry Thomas here, and I wanted to talk. I want to level with you. I want to level with you today about some things that you might want to think about on YouTube, especially in these time and days. You know, I my my backpack, my survival backpack video is up on this channel. It's got a lot of good things in it, and I showed some of them to you before, and I'm gonna show a couple of them to you today again. But the purpose of this video is a little different than that one. Purpose of this video is that there's many different kinds of what did I have in my survival backpack that I would like to have here to show you is a Swiss Army knife. And the website is located at harrythomas.info. And there's all kinds of uncensored information that's very important about the New World Order that's going on right now that you should know about. That they won't let me talk about over here, so I'm going to talk about this. So we were talking about, if there was any kind of power outages or natural disasters or any of that kind of sort. Yeah, it's good to have, and it's recommended by, you know, um, I don't know, the organizations that recommend about emergency things like FEMA and stuff like that, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and different agencies. They recommend you have 3 to 7 days worth of water and food and supplies for your family, but I recommend a month to 6 months, as much as you can is what I recommend, because you never know what you're in for. And we did see, a lot of turmoil in our country in the past couple years and uncertainty. So there's a lot of stuff that we can do to protect ourselves and our family, and that's to be prepared. If we need to not only hunt for ourselves and fish for ourselves, a Swiss Army knife, will come in handy in a pinch. In a survival backpack, and I highly recommend it because the concept of a Swiss Army knife is it's got multiple tools in it, screwdriver, and tools, screwdriver, it's got the Phillips head, the flat head, it's got a little pair of scissors, and it's got the can opener, and a little saw. And I do recommend having some kind of knife, and I don't have one here to show you today, but a serrated knife to be able to do cutting with. And, something a little bigger than a Swiss Army knife if you're really out camping somewhere and you need to do something. But, a little Swiss Army knife, serrated, edge thing can get something done in a pinch. And I would highly recommend, and you can get all kinds. They can come with magnifying glass, even down to a toothpick. So I would highly recommend, if you're going, investing in a high quality Swiss Army knife. But if you don't have the money, have any kind of one will do. I've had cheap ones where I'm trying to screw something and then it just busts. I've got them laying around. I don't even know why I don't. Well, I don't have them laying around here. Most of my stuff is sitting in a place where there was an illegal eviction, and so a lot of the stuff that I have is rumored that I'm gonna get it back, but I'm gonna believe it when I see it kind of guy. But what I do have around here is a few knives to show you. Like here is an old Boy Scout knife. Now this is an antique Boy Scout knife, and it was made. It's actually sun faded. I don't know if you could see that, but the emblem up here, This is the sun faded side, and then this would be the regular side. So this was sitting out in the sun with the Boy Scout, Cub Scout label. This is a Cub Scout knife. It's a simple knife. It was made in Camillus, New York, right there in my neck of the woods, right where I grew up. My old stomping ground. Very familiar with the factory. I'm very familiar with workers who made these knives. This isn't an old one, it's an antique. It's a very beat up one that I got on eBay at the right price. Some of these old Boy Scout knives can go up to um, some good money if you got the right ones. This particular, you know, Cub Scout knife is just a simple one. It's got the regular blade, the 3-inch blade, not even. It's like a 1.5er, and then the little can opener thing tool, which all of these can be used for a lot of different things. And then the little, you know, thinner knife tool. It could be used for picking at things, any kind of something that you can get into that you can't get into with the fatter knife. But just a simple tool like this that you can keep in your pocket it is more practical than carrying around a big old Swiss Army knife. And you can use this here as a flathead screwdriver, and depending on the type of Phillips head, you could probably open a Phillips head screw with that. And this you can use to open a can. So there's a lot of different ways you could use this simple antique Cub Scout knife with the little Cub Scout emblem on it. Let me see if I can get that right up there into the beautiful knife. In fact, I had a couple of them, and I've got like I said, in the illegal eviction. I'll believe it if I see it, if I ever get them back. But I've got a small collection of some Camillus cutlery knives, a few that I got from a guy who had them. His wife gave him when he died. Now his wife's dead, but I got a few of them from the factories closed down now. So then you have knives like this, and this is a very good knife. And this is a very nice sheath. This knife is it's a very nice knife. It's made by Normark. It's got engravings on the handle. Very sharp. You got to be careful with this knife when you hold it. It's a filleting knife. It can be used for anything. It's good for filleting because it has the play in it, so that you can use it very artfully to fillet your fish and do things. But it also is a good slasher knife for self-defense. If you need to protect yourself, it'll get the job done. It's not the ideal knife for that because of the handle and the play, and it could break in that situation. That's why if you were using it for self-defense, and when you hold a knife in that manner, you always want to hold it with the blade away from you. Never hold a knife with the blade towards you. You see, never ever do that. and you want to hold it with your thumb, reinforcing it out. And if you're using lock blade knives, you got to be very careful with them. That's why I wish I had more examples around here of knives. A more ideal, but this is a beautiful knife to use. But if you were going to use this knife in a defense against, in self-defense, like against a wild animal, like a human or a bear or a rabid animal that's attacking you, you would want to use it in a slashing manner, not a stabbing manner. And you never want to go like this because it'll puncture you, especially with a knife like this, because if that brakes goes down, you're just going to slice open your hand. And your hand has some arteries in there where if you're out somewhere, you could get infection or you could bleed to death if you hit an artery in there where you could lose your hand. You might have to make a decision in a pinch where you cut your hand off and stick it in a fire to close up the wound. Um, you know, but a better knife, if you were going to use a self-defense against an animal, would be a knife like this. Now this is a hunting knife. This doesn't have play to it. That's what I'm saying. And this is meant to go in. And again, it's a sturdy handle. It's a good handled grip meant to enter, and it's got the hook to where when you go in, it pulls vital organs and whatever muscle tissue, whatever you went into, out. So if you get attacked by a bear, an elk, a moose, or anything, a fox, depending on where you're at, this will give you the best advantage to if you can get a good stab on, I can't show in the video here, but if you can get a good straight stab on, and this one here, you can also, you don't really want that handle away. If I was gonna do a stab onto an animal to try to puncture, I'd have that out, I think. I don't know if I'd want it. This would be the kind. That's a judgment call there. But this would be the kind of knife you'd want to do it. This is solid. This is extremely sharp, very solid, and with the hook end, it could be used for a lot of things because it's sharp right on down there. You could use that to cut wire, fishing line, stuff. That's why you couldn't use this to anchor a fishing pole, because that is meant to cut fishing wire, line, really anything you would want to pull and cut. So this is a very, very good thing. It's made by Adventure Land, I think it's called, or Adventure Ridge. It's an Adventure Ridge knife, and it came in this set, Adventure Ridge. I think that's what it is. Yeah, you can read it for yourself. There you go. It's Adventure Ridge knife set. It's for camping. You can put it on your belt if you want. I have to say though that the thing doesn't hold the knife very well. The design on it kind of sucks. It's good for the other one, but not this one. This one, it's good if you're actually got it on your belt If you actually got it on your belt, it's a good holder, but it's very loose. And no matter what you do, even with this little strap, it doesn't really tighten it up any. I've tried it every which way, believe me. But I mean, it's okay, and it's good because you can get it out. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. But it's good because you can get it out real quick. You can get it out, in and out, like a 6 shooter in the old West. But I'm holding it wrong. See that? See that? You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta have it holding out, or you get hurt yourself. This ain't for kids. These ain't toys to play with. I'm gonna level with you. You know what I'm trying to do is give you the red pills. Trying to give you the red pills because they're a biohazard, and they hate it. They hate it when I pass these red pills out. They banned me. I just got, oh my God, look, I got neuropathy. I just banged something, but I didn't feel it. But I moved the whole damn table. But see, they hate it when I give out this information because it's a biohazard to them. I mean, stuff about the New World Order and whatnot. But I've got lots of these red pills that I'm giving out over at harrythomas.info, harrythomasshow.com, the band.video, harrythomas.club, newswars.com, naturalnews.com, the Real Harry Thomas Show over at BitChute.com. Yeah, we're passing out all of these pills, over at freeworldnews.tv, and they got a lot of these on Rumble. The Harry Thomas Show's on Rumble and Podomatic, the Harry Thomas Show, but they don't like it. I think they're trying to get rid of me. But anyway, because you know what these things do? They make you shit or get off the pot, baby. That's what they do. Either you shit or get off the pot. But anyway, this, because I'm just here to level with you guys here at YouTube, Because that's all they allow me to do. If you want the real info, you have to go to harrythomas.info. And if you can't go to info places and BitChute because your country is banned because they're even worse than the Google monsters. I call him the Google monster. He's the Google monster, like Zuckerberg. I just got in a little tussle with Zuckerberg over there on Facebook. He don't like me, Zucky. Little Zucky. Isn't he beautiful, though? Can you imagine dating that stone-faced weirdo, Zucky? But anyway, Adventureland, this here is stainless steel, but this is some good quality product. And I would venture to I mean, you can't even see me doing this, but I mean, I'm like railing on that thing. This is and I'm not making this up just because I own it, but Adventure Ridge here. I keep saying Adventureland. Sounds better. Adventureland. But when you're out in Adventureland using your Adventure Ridge hatchet, and this is a small little hatchet. It's a nice one to have in your backpack. I took it out of my backpack actually. What's it doing in here? That's for me to know. No, and you to find out. But it's in here to do the video and to make sure nobody treads on me. Because this is even better, I think, in a hand-to-hand situation if you were to have a rabid raccoon or a bear come around your campsite or your house. I would have this around as a backup. But I think I would initially go after the rabid animal with this. Yeah, this. This would do more damage because it's not only that, it would be easier for the forward attack at any angle. It's more secure to hold on to, and it would actually have more force to it. Um, and as a tool, this thing is excellent because you could actually tap things at the campsite and use it as a hammer too. I mean, a shitty hammer, thin hammer, but even a hammer nonetheless. You know, and it's a quality made, unbelievably. Again, Adventureland on the printed on the handle or on the thing blade, and I dare you to try to find this set here because it was one of those things that you don't see too often because it came from Aldi, that German store that makes you bag up everything yourself, rent a grocery cart. If you want your quarter back, you have to bring it back so you don't leave it out in the parking lot and get your quarter back. So you got to rent a cart, bring your own bags, which is the norm now in New York State anyway. And you got to pack your own groceries and everything. But everything's cheap, and they have a special purchase, and that was on special purchase. But there's many, 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 many different knives. But I do believe you should have knives around, not only in your kitchen, but for your everyday life. Even if it is just a simple little pocket knife, because you never know when you might need a knife. Just like you never know when you might need a wife. My friend, he's got a knife. My friend, he's got a wife. But anyway, this is my my knife bitch. No, this isn't BitChute. This is YouTube. I'm not talking about anything that they now want to say I'm a dangerous individual or organization. I have a laptop here. It's not even a laptop. Doesn't even have a drive. It's a cloud book, laptop or notebook or there's hardly anything to it. There's no organization. I have a phone and that, and I've been running the whole thing off an assurance internet. Because with COVID, they allow you 10 gigabytes of. Is anybody out there listening to me? Wake up! Hotspot. So I can do most of my work and then hotspot it up. Are you guys out there? Nobody listens to any of these videos to the end. I know that. But anyway, I love all you guys. Get your ducks in a row. Join the resistance over at Harry Thomas Club, which you can find at harrythomas.club. I'll be back, YouTube. Now that's a warning. This channel might be on the verge of extinction, but I haven't violated the rules yet. Not completely. Two strikes. Two strikes still. Peace.